Hello and welcome everybody to Story Time with your host Lion. I'm so happy to be here. I hope that this is one of many story times that I share with you. Before we get into today's very special story, I just want to begin by telling you that I am the host of a show podcast called Get Out of Your Comfort Zone, because growth in life only happens outside of your comfort zone. This is a storytelling podcast where, through the lives of our guests who come uh, on, we share how they made the decision to step out of their comfort zone to achieve great amounts of growth, to help inspire you all. And so, if you are interested, there should be a link in the description. I would encourage you to check it out and subscribe and like and comment, all that good stuff. So, today's story is about pure heavenly bliss, and specifically, um, this picture that was taken of me. And the picture was taken by a photographer who I didn't know, um, and who came up to me after he had taken this photograph, to see if it was okay with me. And so I had no idea that this was happening. And so this look is so organic, so natural, and to me it's pure bliss. And today's story aims to capture the meaning behind this bliss that this amazing photographer captured. And I used to have his contact information, and I don't have it anymore. I can't find it, but hopefully through the story we can be reunited again, because he's a very talented photographer, and I only wish him the best of luck. So this picture was taken at a concert. It was more of a music festival, actually, with many musicians, primarily from Nigeria, because it was a Afrobeats music festival. If you don't know what Afrobeats is, highly recommend you look it up. And the festival is called Afro Nation, and it was in Miami. And you can tell from the picture that there's a lot of black faces. And that's really interesting because, and you can also, before I get into it, you can also see the kind of clothes that I'm wearing. They're not Western American clothes. So this story actually begins in Nigeria. I went to this festival soon after I returned from Nigeria. And this festival, funny enough, happened in Miami, which is where, a lot of my family is. I consider it second home. And I want to begin by telling you a little bit about Nigeria. So I went to Nigeria, at this point, when this is being recorded, less than 7 months ago. And it was a decision that, I didn't fully understand. It was a dream. So, when I would tell people I'm going to Nigeria, even now, when I tell people where I've traveled and they ask me why Nigeria, I still don't know how to fully answer that question, because Nigeria isn't, a place that a lot of foreigners like me have been. But what took me to Nigeria is the desire to explore, desire rooted in a belief that there's something very special about Nigeria, um, that I feel, that I've read about, that I see in the future, but I want to experience it for myself. And so it was based on this thought, and a small little art project, um, that I made the decision to go to Nigeria. And you might call it a random decision, and at many times it felt like a random decision. Thoughts of what the hell are you thinking, um, came up countless times. But I persevered. And Nigeria, was everything that I imagined and so much more. To me, Nigeria is and always will be a very, very special place. I hope to go back there. Um, I was received with so much love and respect and open arms and opportunity. Opportunity not just within art, but business, career, any of my interests, right? Um, and so it was a very powerful place. And it was also a very overwhelming place because Nigeria is still a low income country, and there's a lot of poverty and destitution and challenges as it relates to, when you go to a place where you feel very powerful and you feel like you can do anything. um, it's a little maddening having to choose how to engage and what to do next, right? As it relates to the different opportunities. And so, um, Nigeria, was difficult for me in that sense as well because, soon after I got back, um, I started really grappling with, um, what am I supposed to do with all of this, right? And so that's why this picture is so meaningful, to me and to this story, because coming back from Nigeria and just, after having gone through so much exploration, I felt really lost. Um, how am I supposed to make sense of all of this? And felt overwhelmed by all of these different projects and ideas that I felt so passionate about. I mean, take what I'm wearing, for example. That is a Nigerian Indian fusion design, fashion that I'm very passionate about sharing with the world. Um, and it's just one of 25 different ideas. Some of you who are wired similar to me, might appreciate, some of these struggles that I'm sharing. But, suffice it to say that I was in a, challenging spot, and then, coming to back to the US and finding out about the festival, as excited as I was, you know, I am very, conscious of how I spend my money, especially when it comes to things that are expensive. And this festival was not cheap. And feeling like there needs to be a purpose as to why I would, spend that amount of money, and if it's the right decision, and grappling with all of these struggles. Uh, anyways, fast forward. Um, I get there to the stadium, that day, and you know, once I'm in the actual stadium, it doesn't feel like I'm in the U.S. It feels like I'm back in Nigeria. Nigeria that's um, much more privileged, uh, much more advanced, much more established, um, and yeah, with a lot of very strong, powerful black faces, black people, um, as it relates to just the company that I was around, people who were at this festival. And of course, considering this is Miami, it was a diverse crowd. There's many people who appreciate Afrobeats, but it was primarily, one with a very, very large African population. And it was such a good feeling to be in that. Um, Fast forwarding to this picture, um, basically, what I believe this look captures is the happiness and joy that I feel, that in this moment, I really felt like I was living in the future. Looking back, feeling like I was living in the future of Nigeria, a future where there's a lot more abundance as it relates to the wealth that Nigerians have, the respect that Nigerians have in the world, the opportunities that Nigerians have in the world, the progress that they will have made in the world. Um, this look, this expression, this joy that you see on my face, I believe is that acknowledgement, that belief that that day is coming. There's a lot of hard work that um, that we will have to do. Most of all, Nigerians themselves, but that day is coming because Nigeria is a very special place. You can tell that from the music, how much it's taken over. You can tell that from the media, films, shows, Nollywood, right? Nollywood is only third after Hollywood and Bollywood. Um, and me feeling like, despite the sense of overwhelm that I felt, and frankly speaking, lost as it relates to why am I doing the things that I'm doing and what is this all supposed to mean, in this moment, feeling like whatever the plan is that I don't know, that I'm figuring out as I go, I'm in the right place. I'm where I'm supposed to be. So I hope that you're able to take something from this story. I truly hope. And if you did, if it resonated with you in any way, I would love, love to hear from you. And yeah, um, thank you so much for your time. I wish you a happy day wherever you are, however far in the future you might be watching this. If you enjoyed the story, we have other stories. Um, and if you yourself are a storyteller, please reach out because I hope to coordinate a YouTube storytelling event and would love to have you as a storyteller. So, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Love and light. Lion over and out.